expecting into a match, but Vash the Stampede, put him in as a guest character, do it. That's what I want. But right now, we're getting into our first match here.
Mankind knew that they cannot change society. So instead of
reflecting Rock has to do in the beginning, so this is going to be Leo versus Giovanna to start off.
Heaven or hell.
It's a very aggressive starting match here.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be nice to always like to start off fast and furious.
You're definitely going to see Giovanna wanting to put pressure in with those plus frames, try and get Leo to press, maybe try and bait out some of those DPs. She can punish them really hard with her movement. So here we go. It's Hawsta versus Sargent. Going up, straight up with the throw. We're going to get a little Oki situation, flipping around.
Leo on the knockdown, goes for the instant air dash. Little stackers there. Gold burst, I think that's a great choice. I really like using gold burst to get out of situation. And now, 200 meter to sit on.
Exactly, and with a character like Giovanna who gets powered up with a full meter, gold burst is an incredibly smart situation. Now not only is he doing more damage, he has the highest guts and health in the game. But it's turning around now, and we're going to get a wall break here.
Good there for Hawsta. Sargent in a little bit of trouble. Still the meter advantage, though, and almost back on that burst. That early burst paying off really well.
Yeah, and he's doing really well with this Oki, too. But as I say that, he gets tossed. This is what you're going to see a lot from Giovanna. A lot of strike throw mix. That's her main game plan. But he's doing a good job. Sargent's dashing in and out. You see that to bait out buttons, like I was saying earlier on.
2K2D on the DP straight afterwards, and then the baited burst. Hawsta got him with the classic Leo 2K2D into that flash kick. A tough situation that ends up Sargent dead around here.
Old reliable. Another just little tick throw.
Back dash on a close flash. Trying to be a little more passive, but Leo doesn't really mind the passive game here.
Oh no, drops. Okay, he's able to pick it up though out right here. Doesn't get too much off of it, but gets the corner positioning, so that's really important.
Once again, gets the meaty fireball. Delays, but a little too long. Sargent able to break out.
Yeah, you're seeing how Sargent is just responding after Leo's block strings. When Hawsta stops, Sargent just presses the button, dashes up and throws to take his turn back. And Hawsta's not doing too much to stop it so far.
That will be RC. Get a knockdown though. That's all really Leo needs, but the DP wakes up, gets through it.
More Oki here. Big overhead. Not overhead.
Underneath. Tried to beat the guard stance. Hawsta doing a great job of mixing this up. The powerbomb with the meter actually is enough.
Oh, and he holds it there just a little bit to see if he's going to burst at the end. But Sargent holding on to the burst, you know, he knew there if he bursted, it was done.
Of course, that was going to require some pinpoint accuracy to be able to get the burst in the right timing. But that's going to be the first game there for Hawsta. Really well played. I think a lot of it came down to just Sargent was doing a great job of baiting out guard stance, like you said, with that dash in, dash out. I always say Giovanna's got that boxer play style, likes to weave in, weave out, try and get those rolling.
Yeah, she really is. Like, a lot of people compare her to Jam, but in some ways she does kind of feel like Slayer with like how just she goes in and out so much of that. Yeah, exactly how you said, that boxer play style.
Going into the second game. Awesome. Very good the first one. That was a big comeback to end it.
It was. But Sargent's playing well, playing very patiently, and all his moves are pretty deliberate. But he's just getting clipped by some big things from Hawsta, like that right there. Big counter.
Counter straight in. Consequences still in the corner. Burst early again for Sargent, but that time was out of pressure. Really a necessity here.
And pretty low on life, so it might have not been the best decision.
Anti-air, that's just the check. Is it enough to kill with the 50 meters? Close.
No OTG. Either way, Hawsta is happy. He's taken the burst and going into round 2. Sargent does not have burst on deck. He's going to get it back quick, but depending on how this goes, it could be a lot of damage before he gets to that.
So 2D actually frame trapped into another 2K. Hawsta doing really well on the block strings. And being patient and neutral, but patience is a little too much.
Oh, there it is again, poking and dashing forward to throw.
Flip kick, tries to bait out it with the FD. FD against Giovanna, so scary, her being able to react and dash with the throws. You cannot tech throws during FD, guaranteed guard.
And Hawsta is playing incredibly patiently too. Uh-oh.
A little bit of an SOS there on the rip and tech, goes for the backdash again, but Hawsta back in control.
Doesn't fade out the first, so this could be a momentum changer here.
Sargent again with the dash up throw. Doesn't get any OTG though, so not enough damage. Also, any hit will do it for him.
Oh, blocks the run through. Oh, I like that. I like the attempt at the parry. He's thinking about it again. Oh, but doesn't get it.
Yeah, the counter hit from a little bit too far, so now 1 round apiece. Patient on the backdash, 2D connects though, and that's going to be a full follow-up.
You're going to see a lot of Leos do 2K and then 2D. They love to do it. It's the classic, the old reliable.
Oh, and there's going to be a burst, baited out after the flash to Swift. Now 6 feet into Vortex.
Grabs the big pick, wow.
Doesn't let him go for the overhead. Pretty aggressive with the air-to-air, always going in Leo's favor in that situation. Burst is now available for Sargent.
Sargent bursts on wake up, just create some space. Oh, gets RC's the run through and grabs. This is going to be a parry. There it is.
Yeah, the parry's certainly going to work there. Gets the conversion because it is in the corner. Is it enough? It is just enough to kill Hawsta. 2-0. Sargent, a lot of the time the momentum felt a little more in his favor, but Hawsta was always able to keep it under control.
Yeah, Sargent was just unable to, like, he was playing incredibly well, especially like with how he was handling neutral with all those tick throws, but he just couldn't close out the rounds. That seemed to really be the issue. You know, he wasn't doing anything big. It was kind of just picking apart.
Agreed.
At Hawsta, but Hawsta was getting the big confirms for the massive damage, which really mattered in the end.
Yeah, so Hawsta up 2-0 now.
Into our third game, I'd like to see Sargent try and go for a little more, you know, big damage.
Yeah, if
big damage situations.
I hesitate to say the word risk, but I think that Sargent does need to take a couple more. I think that a lot of these situations, like you said, not enough reward on the amount of risk he's putting into the situations. Dashing up to a down backing Leo is a very big risk in itself. So if you're going to take big risks like that, you might as well go for things that are going to give you that higher reward. So Sargent, maybe lean a little more into options like going into a little more strike than throw. The throws have been paying off, but like you said, it's all about the mileage.
He can crank that risk gauge too.
Hawsta still up 2-0. Goes straight to guard stance. Great for Sargent. Into the throw.
Yeah, another throw. Another throw. Playing Street Fighter now. Empty jump throw.
That is what I want to see. When he dashed forward, they're committed to the far slash.
But Leo can turn him around in a second.
First early with Leo, usually a great choice. These RC to potentially break the wall.
Basketball combos. I love how Hawsta holds down back at the start of like every single round, just to see, like, I got my DP on deck, ready for whatever you're going to do.
Blocks there, I like the little up back attempt, 200 meter now. Oh, but again, Hawsta just winning that microtransaction, and it pays off so well. The damage is so high taking it to the corner.
Luckily, Sargent was able to start off the next round with burst on deck. See if he uses it early again.
Tick throws are just starting to not pay off. Hawsta starting to mash 2P in these situations where they see Sargent has been leaning into throws. Going to the burst, tried to go for the cross up. Oh, and with the power bomb, it's looking like it might be over here for Sargent.
One more mix will do it. He gets clipped by the fireball, and that's it. Hawsta takes it 3-0.
Yeah, and I think a lot of, not about the porpoise, but it's going to be Kai Kisuke versus May. This is a grinder of a match for Kai. It's a really, really tough one for sure.
It is. Most matchups feel kind of tough for Kai, you know. My boy's struggling out here, but we'll see how Soul can handle this matchup. Patience with both players at the start there, just trying to feel out what each other are going to do.
Like the light fireball game, just playing it from very far away. May is great at punishing fireballs, so be careful about where you space it. Those are those situations that come up so often for May. Got the counter hit, the combo seemed inevitable, so they sneak in the throw for that little bit of extra damage.
And you see Soul here fishing with 6P, trying to fish out those dolphins. Once that counter hit, you start the pressure. Knockdown, here it is.
Oh, but wake up 5P, no reason really not to go for it there for Papa Leo. And then closes the gap with the dolphin, that's a kill for sure.
Not quite, early wall break.
Access to the super. But Papa Leo still in a commanding position. Chipp will do it depending on what hits here.
The beach ball. Flipped by the beach ball. So yeah, you're going to see a lot of Soul trying to preemptively strike Mei's Dolphin with 6P or far S. 5K is also an incredibly good option. That thing is so active and beats out Dolphin, so we'll see if he uses that. But currently he's just getting smothered by Papa Leo and baits the burst. This is going to hurt.
That might be enough to kill here depending on how the super hits. It's close, but not quite. Gonna have an advantageous position here. Safe jump, and then the throw to finish Papa Leo off the perfect.
I was going to say more than advantageous. At a situation like that, it's basically GG's.
They absolutely hit him with the shake my hand.
Yeah.
You know how it goes once those roll over.
It is hard. Kai is not a high damage character,
Agreed.
so it is hard for him to make those comebacks. Especially since Kai as a character doesn't have a lot of ways to end his block strings incredibly safely.
Yes.
And with a character like Mei is so good at punishing stuff that is unsafe, just with how fast Dolphin comes out, how forward, like far so many of her moves reach.
Yeah, it can be really tough. Kai is a lot about stealing turns when it comes to that pressure, like +4 on the 6K, things of that nature.
Yeah.
So.
We're going to the second game now.
Safe and solid. There's one of the big options you're going to see. 6 heavy.
Yeah, counter hit 6H is pretty much Kai's big damage.
Blocking the fireball though. Looking for some JD pressure, but Dolphin straight out of it.
Oh, tried to make the burst there, but he goes to the knockdown. And here we go, to the corner OP Kai, but called out Shamu there.
Yeah, even being +4, not enough to deter from the super, but that's another great throw there from Soul. Too far to convert the combo though, so Papa Leo, feet back on the ground.
And throwing out these buttons are not helping because Papa Leo is not just throwing out Dolphin in neutral. He's being really smart and using his buttons to get those big counter hits and then confirming into Dolphin afterwards. And you are not going to counter poke Mei. That's not going to happen.
Yeah, the counter hit can be deadly. You have to be very careful about how it happens. That's a great 6P. Looking pretty good in the neutral here is Soul, but you got to, like you said, be a little careful about how you're whipping here, just like that. Now your burst is gone.
Oh, fondue arc, but there's the burst. Oh, unfortunate trade.
There you go. That's going to be the best damage starter that you got. Gets the knockdown, and then the throw to follow up. Has super to kill if it hits. Try to go for the very tricky stuff there, but the counter poke from Mei.
Up Dolphin, knockdown, overhead kiss in the corner. This is it. No,
It's not quite enough. Still didn't have the super, so here we go. Oh, and that was quite the trade. Very sneaky PRC up there from Papa Leo.
so unfortunate that the stun dipper got counter hit.
Yeah, Stun Dipper is a very particular move about how it hits and how it combos. So you have to be careful about how you use it. I think it is a very good, knowledge check at round starts if people have been backdashing or being too aggressive. Leading off with that very far hitting low can be very strong, which I think is what Soul was going for there. So a good idea that just kind of panned out in a weird way from how Papa Leo played it.
It's true. And, you know, I wasn't sure if Soul had meter there, but also a really risky thing to do without meter.
Agreed.
Because, like we said, with Mei, how far-reaching Mei's buttons are, she can really blow up Kai for throwing out a stun dipper that shouldn't be thrown out. But we have a character switch to Ramlethal.
Alright, so looks like we are getting started here in the final game, bringing out the Ram. Definitely a better matchup here, but so far, first already gone.
And now we're seeing way more Dolphins out of Papa Leo.
Counter hit, push to the corner. Oh, a little too high on the burst.
Yeah, you do not want to burst in the corner against Ram, ever.
Get the super though, so it's not going to have that advantageous position. There's the counter hit 6P.
Ooh, press something on wake up.
Okay, a lot of extra damage. Full meter here for Soul.
Super.
We have to utilize it. Oh, and another counter hit, just 5P anti-air, and then gets aggressive straight afterwards. I really like that.
I'm almost disappointed not to see Soul just throw out Ram Super. He had a full stack of meter and died with it. That's so unfortunate.
Yeah, very true. Oh, 6P again to win out the neutral, but this time Soul comes up with a throw.
Papa Leo is on point with these 6Ps.
exactly that. And showing off a little piece of tech here. When you see those swords stick to the wall, make him 3K out of it quite often. And there's another burst fade from Leo.
Drops the combo, unfortunately, but gets the overhead kiss. Patience on wake up.
Punish doesn't get a follow-up. No burst available here. Jump back, still has meter, but the 60 wins out again.
I'm loving this patience on top of Leo. He's content to just sit there and wait to see what Soul is going to do.
And that is the perfect play there for Leo, even when losing corner.
It's so true. She brought Oki back. People thought Oki was dead, and then Millia showed up, and they saw that disc, and they said, "Oh God, no! Not another 7 years of this."
So instead of reflecting on themselves,
But we have another Kai coming up too.
Kai versus Millia.
I'm happy to see Kai representation in this tournament.
Of course, definitely a really cool character. Someone that I've missed seeing.
風来剣の進化をお見せしましょう。
Intros rock again.
versus Millia.
See,
Duel
this is
1.
another little pacing matchup here. Kai wants to play controlled like that. 2S is a great way to start off.
2S is one of Kai's best buttons, to be honest. It controls so much space, has way faster recovery than something like 5S, and a much better hitbox. Okay, run up.
Yeah, that's a really good look. Went for the meaty afterwards. Didn't work out.
Now that he's established that he'll run up and throw after 6K, we're probably going to see him try and bait out buttons, so he'll probably press buttons next for the counter.
No's going to send the super for the knockdown. Gets the disc straight afterwards. Good YRC. Yurikov gets another knockdown into the heavy disc. Double instant overhead this time. And with super, almost enough, but not quite.
Whiffs the throw in this awful situation. Oh, we're getting the wall break?
One barely hits, but did not quite kill. So now, like you said, Chipp will do it at this point, and jumping heavy slash. Very nice spacing.
Duel 2. Let's rock.
Say another 2S starter into Stun Dipper. But you see, Millia is able to control the sky so easily. Just in almost all of her matchups, that falling J8 is such a good. We got TK Bad Moon into the wall break.
Now, burst still available here for Piko. Be careful about how we use it. Save those resources. Fireball to punish. Knockdown for Yurikov. Spends the meter. Piko is going to hold on to the burst. I think this is the correct decision for sure.
For sure. The life lead is just too great right now to throw away the burst.
Slap.
Again, with that trade, 1-1 now.
3.
Careful how this starts. Yeah, didn't go for the 2S this time. That's a good instant air dash from Yurikov, going for the adaptation, and the double overhead manages to get the burst.
Just running away. That is a good option. You see Millia go so high up in the air. Just run away. Don't even deal with it.
Great choice there from Yurikov. Oh, just goes heavy disc into nothing. Very nice delay.
Hell wall break.
Positive bonus.
Creating some space there. Probably just to buy time to build meter.
50, another heavy disc, gets the cross-up, and those are the cross-ups you never expect. It's always the scariest when players are willing to corner themselves for those mix-ups, so you kind of don't factor it in as much.
Yeah, you have to expect the unexpected in that situation.
Say absolutely, so a tough one back and forth. Goes first game to Yurikov here. Shouts to Yurikov coming through for the subscription, by the way. I see you.
Yeah, thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
They had to appreciate you, man.
All right, we're going to get into our next game here now.
Banner's going to be sticking it out on the Kai.
I like to see that, though. I like to see him sticking it out with Kai.
Of course, I do think Kai does really, really well in the matchup.
Duel 1.
See.
Let's rock.
Back dash at the start. Really gets the knockdown.
Oh, the delayed disc into throw.
That's one of the most important points about these Millia. Oh, what a bait on vapor thrust.
That was an incredible safe jump there, too.
Meter not to break the wall whenever. And will just break through the car though. It's gonna save the meter for neutral.
We're gonna have a full stick of butter here real shortly. I like that. It seems like Yurikov is backing up afterwards just to buy time for the meter to fill. I actually really like that.
I think it's been a great choice so far. I mean, I believe it was Alio who said the most important thing is Millia, more than mix-up, is being evasive, being hard to catch. He said perfect that before you perfect your mix.
For sure, that's how she's always been too. Just such a high mobility character that you need to master that mobility.
Down here, gold burst on wake up, very smart, and the car actually hits full screen, the long drive home.
Screen hair card into a mix. Alright, this is Piko's chance to take it.
Vapor thrust again is a little too soon. Here comes another throw. One more mix should do it, but that's going to be the burst.
That was a great position to burst into.
Oh, and it was very tough. Piko had a great decision to go for 2K 2D and then delays for a clap, which is, I think, usually a very nice choice, but not having the life lead, you have to be a little more careful about how those go. When you're in those situations, you have to be able to steal turns, you have to be able to turn it over. So doing something that pushes you that far away, I think a little too risky in those situations.
Yeah, and Kai has always been such a strong character at keeping people in the corner.
Yes.
With his fireball game, with his 2H, with his jumping buttons. So I would have liked to see him maybe just play a little bit more patiently in that kind of situation.
Duel 1.
Yurikov jumped after very well the whole way through. Good block there, but the 6K. Not enough.
Catch it and jump at.
He's going to burst himself safe here. Back to neutral on the mid screen.
I like that burst from Yurikov. Early momentum burst. He comes close to the wall and gets it up there.
Up the car, hits the overhead 5D, fully connect, fully charged.
And no burst on deck. Wow.
Close flash, really the biggest reward there at the end. Nice tech from Yurikov, a game-changing tech there. Oh, and close slash. If the close slash is so good, why haven't they made close slash?
Close slash too. Yeah, Millia's close slash, one of, if not her strongest buttons. You block that, and you're exactly. You gotta guess all these different options.
Absolutely, that's definitely the party starter. Heavy slash though. Go. Big and aggressive jump key, just try and interrupt and gets another throw.
Goes for the OTG, but that OTG allows Yurikov to get out of the corner.
Yeah, OTG a little too greedy there. Like a vapor thrust, very nice.
OP.
That flat frame trap has just not worked out almost at all. Yurikov is so dialed in, ready.
Yeah, he's just giving up his turn with that. And there it is, stun different without any meter. No wall break, that's surprising.
Yeah, from that distance is very odd, but that time it will be enough. Yurikov
with a clean 3-0 sweep.
Yeah, looking very, very strong. Like we said, the Millia
fast answer to it, but it goes a lot deeper than that. But into our next game now.
Say Myloo versus the Soul on screen here.
Duel 1.
Axel versus Soul, a tough matchup for sure.
Yeah. It's a fun matchup though, actually. Oh, early burst, he does not want to eat that 2S counter hit.
2S counter hit is deadly depending on the space and where you are compared to the corner.
Yep, and speaking of the corner, that's Axel's home.
The back throw, trying to keep him in that corner. 6S. Nothing really to follow up, and what a great anti-air, dashing forward to make sure he's close enough.
Yeah, great conversion too. Gets all the damage off of it.
Available Axel could potentially kill depending on the touch here. Soul needs to be very careful. Ashe got to keep it safe and solid, but with that, that's enough.
That is enough.
And once you're pushed more than half screen, it's near impossible actually to burst against Axel.
Yes, no, Axel's another character just like Ram who has extremely burst safe rather.
Safe jump for sure. Gets the burst though.
Unfortunately, it looks like he wanted to bait it, but just messed it up.
Too much pressure down.
And you're going to see Axel end a lot of his block screens with Rainwater here, especially to fish out things like Night Raid Vortex. For sure. Oh, I like the BRC attempt there.
Didn't get anything afterwards though. Here comes the far slash pressure off the Tatsu. Axel's got a little breathing room here.
He's going to have to 5K his way out of this. Wow, quick air throw from down low.
the gun flame. Now we're just really FDing, looking to not get chipped here, and the 5K was a great attempt.
Unfortunately, Ashe was just slightly out of range and able to clip him with the JS.
Those are those tough situations. I don't think that, I think Ashe made the right call there. I think generally when you see a character jumping at that angle from you, 5K is almost always the right call. It's just Axel just happens to have buttons that attack that angle just so perfectly.
Yes, Axel has, you know, 90% of the anti-airs in this game. Of course. He can cover pretty much every angle, but the downside to that is it's very committal.
Yes.
He has to really commit, and that's where you can really try and bait out options with Axel. So I'd kind of like to see Ashe go a little more ham, you know, a little more crazy to where Myloo can't really figure out where he's trying to approach them.
Yeah, already it's looking good. Got him with the fast here, but bursting to keep him in the corner. A little tough. Still has burst available, and that was a great FD into nothing. Sometimes empty jump is so strong against Axel if you know how to implement it.
Yeah, that JS 5P after landing is the classic strat.
Just connecting, couldn't get a follow-up. Still burst available here for Ashe. You gotta look for a gold burst if you can, would be really rewarding.
No punish after the 5D. That just block though.
Yeah, really punished up there. Went for the preemptive anti-air, does not work out.
Safe jump. And that could have been the confirm. Oh, gets the overhead. That was an incredible burst from Ashe.
Yeah, gets some time with the bomber though, but the 2H. Okay, Myloo again getting ahead in the rounds here, 1-0.
Rainwater round start, good option.
I like that, throwing out faster there neutral, just looking to get that counter hit, or rather, just make him block. Making him block is more than enough in this matchup.
Yeah, not only does it do massive chip damage, but it's so advantageous in frame.
Another 2S followed up with the bomber. Myloo just a couple touches away here. There's the vortex just to get the party started, but 2D can't get a follow-up.
Myloo is just controlling neutral here.
Oh, look for his first command grab. Try to be sneaky.
Run up throw. All right, gold burst here. Let's see what Ashe can do with a full stick of meter with soul. It's not over till it's over.
Yeah, just any touch can do it. We know the damage output, but now we have to FD to keep ourselves safe. Vortex. Oh, and what defense from Myloo to not expect. I think a lot of players, when you see that, when the Vortex is right next to you and goes into the PRC, first thought, wild throw.
Yeah.
The discipline from Myloo to know to keep those feet on the ground. The reward from wild throw is way less than if you get counter hit trying to jump. So smart.
I would have jumped there.
I jumped 1,000%. Let's say those are those tough, but those are the kind of options you have to weigh as Axel. You have that lead. Wild throw will not end the round. Counter hit close slash will end the round. That was a good call to keep your feet on the ground.
Duel 1. Let's rock.
Myloo honestly has been putting on a clinic so far of how to stop these attack angles from Soul. Ashe has got to pull something together here.
Yeah, Ashe is giving him so much respect. Even at round start, you saw Ashe just held down back at round start.
For sure. Gotta go for the jump over. FD's on the way down. Myloo reacts. FD knows the throw is available. That was not spaced too well, but Ashe again, a little too much respect, not getting anything out of it.
Yeah, and look at his wrist gauge. It is massive right now.
5K connecting, try to get the party started, but now with the burst off the table, next hit will matter so much here.
Unfortunate not able to get anything off the 5K.
Just block,
big.
the just block there was so smart to almost get the punish.
Double bomb. There we go.
Finally he was able to get that vortex. Here's the full conversion. And that meter.
Look at that. See, all Soul needs is 50 meter in a dream.
One more opportunity here. Dashes up. Hucks.
Not quite.
Oh no, Ashe.
Just a little bit too much recovery.
Ashe was looking like he had the read, but it didn't quite get there. So now, end the round in Myloo's favor, and there's another 2S anti. That's a great goal.
Yeah, you definitely want to burst before getting hit by the bomber.
Flash is starting to add up. Panda Bringer doesn't get anything.
All these little pokes from Myloo.
Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. When you're playing as Ashe, you have to. That was a really unique decision. I like that so much.
He really just wanted a counter hit in the air with that.
Delaying in a really smart way. He saw the FDs and knew he couldn't overcommit there. The command throw finally works out.
Puts Ashe into the corner. This is scary.
Oh no, and tried to beat the burst late. Ashe. Getting pushed full screen, this might just be the end.
Yep, Ashe needs to figure out a way to get in and do big damage.
Yes, it's a good idea, but can't quite get the counter hit. There's the counter hit we needed.
Chance. There it is. That's the round.
Okay, able to convert the combos, holding my breath there for sure.
Now, I want to see something Ashe hasn't been doing at all is showing the throw off. He's not showing Myloo that he's willing to throw. He'll run up and hold block.
Yeah, which I think can be good depending on the meter situation, but a lot of the time here, the reason Soul wins this matchup is because he can be the bully.
Exactly, and he's just, like we said earlier, he's giving him too much respect. He's allowing him to get away with too much. None of Axe's buttons are plus, especially up close.
Doing a better job of moving his actions, though. I like that burst. Actually was a pretty advantageous situation to get that burst.
Just see the range on that bar.
Dude, the punishes are real.
He punched the air next to Axel and he got hit.
Sometimes it's anime. Sometimes the wind box is enough, but there's another safe jump in. Maybe was trying to go for Volcanic Viper. It's not going to work out. Myloo off the double bomber.
He's going to take it, and that's...
Flash made his name originally in Guilty Gear. He's an incredible player.
And he's up here playing Axel and Strive. Up against Nexus playing Chipp. This is a rough matchup.
This is a very, very difficult matchup for sure. Axel has the onus of trying to control the space. Chipp, incredible at taking the space.
And Nexus playing out here all the way from Mexico. Shout out to Mexico. We'd love to see that.
Yeah, Mexico's had a lot of incredible competitors all the way through, whether it's TNS or just Evo, things like that. It's been so cool to see.
Currently, Flash is playing the matchup really well. Controlling space.
The hit, I love that conversion. Is the burst going to come out? No. Nexus is going to hold on to it. At that point, I think that is a good call.
Yeah, especially with a character like Chipp, who died if you touch him. And in this matchup, what Chipp really, really needs to do is absolutely smother Axel. Get in once and completely smother him. Axel lacks any kind of reversal that's not meterless. His one reversal costs 50 meter and is trash.
Yeah, very, very true. That's going to be a YRC though from Flash. Really, really good to space himself out. And there's an air throw. Controlling so well here against Chipp. Chipp not really getting anything started, not able to.
Yeah, not at all. But this might be his chance right here. 5K's the first Gamma Blade there. You'd love to see it.
And that might be the adaptation here from Nexus. Nexus did a lot of dash up close slash that match. If he's been paying attention here, it's been a lot of down back from Flash. We might see some throws start to open this up here from Nexus. Command throw and grab. Flash has shown early on he's willing to take those throws if they're given to him. So,
and we definitely need to see some Alpha Blades too. I don't think there was one Alpha Blade in that match.
A lot of it was just not being able to. Flash, again, was just controlling the space so well, was never put in committal positions. The mark of an amazing Axel player to me is when I watch them, I go, it doesn't look like they're really doing too much, right? Axel comes off very committal, comes off as a character that needs to do a lot to be able to stop people, nickel and dime type of hits to do it. The great Axel players are the ones that show you a lot of small interactions like this. Looks effortless. What a cross up there.
That's something I've been working on in my own game plan. It is very sick. And there we go, some J2K action.
There's the Alpha Blades. Finally got the party started, but again, just effortless. 2 jumps out, and there is the wake-up super.
Throws it out, and it pays off.
So that was a great call there from Flash, knowing when to pull the trigger.
Oh, big 2S. Look at that health melt.
Yeah, Afterlife gone off one decision. Renson gets another hit. Just jumps backwards. Risk gauge looking high. Flash is completely in control once again.
Burst.
Oh, dude, Flash is just too good with the perfect. That was just so incredibly played there. 5K into
My
the
lord.
TK bomber. Had to do it one more time.
That was pretty beautiful to look at too. Wire seed to block the burst, and then just another bomber.
And the smartest thing I think about it is that he goes for the second 5K and then he jumps before he RCs. He makes it look as convincing as it possibly could be. Because normally a lot of players, I will say, will wait until they see something and they will react to the next action with trying to burst. Flash sold it perfectly.
Yeah.
What an incredible sell there.
He set it up. He was ready for it. Oh, the switch to Soul from Nexus here.
So from one bad matchup to another here from Flash, he expertly navigated the Chipp. We'll have to see if Soul does any better.
Oh, and this Soul color again. I like this Soul color.
Good block to start. Banditbringer for the punish. Already looking cleaner here for Nexus.
Yeah, already dominating this round so far.
BRC tried to jump in. Good spacing and tried to bait the burst. Burst never comes. Flash, not a lot of a chance to play there. One far slash is all it took.
Yeah, quick turnaround. It's very risky for Ashe to try to press out of Soul's pressure. You know, he doesn't really have any buttons that he can rapid fire. His fastest button is 6 frames. It's his 5K. It can be low profile. So it's so risky for him, especially with some of those moves that put Soul so low to the ground.
Sometimes the first game is just data here. Flash looking very, very strong in the second one. Has adapted to the tempos here from Nexus very, very well. And then gets the punish. 5K TK bomber knowing it would punish.
Got his burst too.
Yes.
So he might not even get his burst back this round, or if he does, it's going to be very late.
Okay, that could be a gold burst there. Into the command throw. Are we going to spend some meter? No, he's going to hold on to it.
Probably would have spent after that 6H if that would have hit.
Got the counter hit into Renson. Doesn't get the full combo though.
And now he's got him exactly where he wants him.
Dashes backwards instead of forwards, knowing even with this full meter, it's not worth getting closer to Soul. Don't make his job easier.
Yeah, just keep that space. You have the life lead, no reason to go in.
Back that Renson from close. Yeah, and what a frame trap it looked like there.
Yeah, ended it early.
Oh no, but this is trouble. The late dash in, but there's the throw. Flash. Oh.
Yep, the throw into RC will take it right there. A lot of characters, I feel like, in this game just need time. People thought Nagoriyuki was garbage at the start, you know? And look at him now. One Evo.
So it is going to be the mirror, actually.
Yo, the Millia mirror. Shout out to Rye Valentine.
Okay, got another knockdown. Close slash. Able to take it to the corner. Already breaking the wall. Early positive bonus.
Derilz, yep. Taking the early lead.
Slash is able to get the burst.
That full screen hair car, I love to see it.
And it's one of those situations where if you can create it, if you can make them block it while you have the meter, you can get a huge advantage off of it. But there's the wake up super to blow out the close slash.
And take the round, too.
So very, very smart usage of the meter there. We always preach this. If you're going to go for reversals, it's better to go for them early. Let someone know you got to plant the seed quick.
Yeah, let them know I'm not afraid to do this. You have to respect my wake up.
Slash knockdown. Doesn't get the disc, actually. And in the trade, putting it back to neutral, Derilz is a really good shot.
This is going to be a knockdown here. Takes the corner.
Though, gets the overhead off the car, but can't get a follow-up. BRC just to get a look. And there's the burst.
Just to open up the Millennium Eye. Just a little bit.
He's able to jump out. That's one of the things. It's very difficult to do those fake disc setups and off the trade. Very smart there. Derilz is going to get the first game.
In a lot of cases in this game, it's so good to just go for the anti-air, because even if you trade, it's almost always going to be in your favor. Most characters recover so fast enough after the trade that they can just go ahead and pick them up and continue the combo from the air.
That, and one of those situations that came up that was a little too difficult was it's hard to do fake discs against each other. So Millia, obviously knowing her own timings of things, throwing in the fake ones can be really tough to manage.
and runs himself into the corner, but that's okay. Gets the air confirmed into a full-on combo. Bad moon to the ground. Look at the damage.
Yeah, I was looking for the throw, but it does whip. Here comes the disc. Gets the overhead, and there's going to be a burst. Doesn't want to give away that positive bonus.
Yeah, Derilz wants this round.
Oh, burst way too high.
What a burst bait, too. The jump back?
Yeah, the spacing to be able to make sure you put yourself in a good situation there. Yurikov went for a very brave burst, 16 stories off the ground.
I'm just shocked that that Derilz is willing to go for the bait that high in the air.
That's block again. TK Bad Moon. A little bit of mental damage.
You have 6K there. Nothing out of it though. Another Bad Moon into the wall break.
Yeah. And now with positive bonus once again, Yurikov kind of in trouble here. Does have 50 meters of his own. But finding a place to spend it is going to be so difficult. And just like that,
doesn't even get a chance.
Derilz once again. It's going to take another game down 2-0. And a lot of this is just Derilz is winning out these macro situations, right? It's all down to in the mirror. You have a lot of characters in Guilty Gear. I think it's a normal trend is they don't have very good tools to deal with themselves, right? And
Yes.
Millia is another one of those characters. But what that first knockdown, winning that first neutral interaction means the most here.
For sure. You know, she's that kind of character who just takes the ball and runs with it. Against any character in the cast, really, that's her archetype. She just wants to mix you forever. So watch, Yurikov gets the hit, and now you're in the blender.
Force Flash, not able to fully convert. That's a great burst timing. Go back on your feet is Derilz.
First, keep Derilz in the corner. Smart option here.
Times his stuff, but still gets the counter hit. A little bit of a mash there from Yurikov.
Yeah, the wall is close to breaking. Supers to keep the plus frames, keep some more pressure on.
Oh, the hair car is going to get punished there on the run up.
Yeah, risky to hair car without any meter, but I understand why they would go for it.
But what defense there from Yurikov. That is just incredible stuff.
Throws
And-
the 6K.
And is able to get the throw. Yurikov playing the round of his life there. Wow.
Those blocks were insane.
Knockdown, goes for the burst.
Double overhead into Oki. And this is going to be a nice big air combo. We're going all the way to the corner. The wall is extremely close to breaking.
Next is going to mean a lot, but again, the defense on display from both these players is just
Double
incredible.
overhead. No, side switch.
Meter, car connects,
Tries to jump out.
and was looking for the burst bait, it looks like. There it is this time. Now Pixel left for Derilz. Gotta get this hit, but no. The air-to-air not going in his favor with just that Pixel life left. So now 2-1 Yurikov. Gonna try and go for the reverse sweep.
We're getting some life here. I think this might be the first game where we have a 2-1 situation now.
Yeah, we'll have to see if Yurikov is able to bring it back. Really just that was a standout game in terms of just defense. Both of them had strings of blocking that if you recreated it, that was rolling dice. Just incredible knowledge from both of them to know where to go.
Yeah, you can't block this character forever. She has things that you just have to blindly guess. So it is very impressive that he had all that luck. Luck and knowledge.
Throw, got him on the overhead, early burst again.
Anti-air close slash all the way into the corner.
Half his life gone. There's going to be the burst in return. Air car is not punished, but not really dealt with.
But does get him out of the corner, and that's incredibly important.
This double overhead goes for the super, does break the wall, so positive bonus in a great situation.
Plus Oki. Oh, I like that. Dash through into attempted throw.
Oh no, another counter hit here.
Low. Oh, pretty good blocking.
Yeah, and he was blocking and had enough to FD using the rest of his meter, but still not. Okay, just enough to kill on the OTG. I was going to say.
I was about to say, no, not the magic pixel.
Back into it. Good evasion on the 5Ks, gets the sweep. Not a lot of reward. Defense wins out again for Yurikov, but the mix-up, just too many layers.
Deller's putting in work with this JH. Now he's got his back in the corner.
Close flash, does it twice. Ooh, just a simple cross-up. Didn't want to go for the disc, didn't want to go for it anyway.
Sometimes the simplest things work the best.
Corner again, does get the break.
Just breaks with the bad moves.
Yurikov, almost 200 meter available. Doesn't matter though, not enough life to make it work. Yurikov playing so well, but not enough to take down Derilz.
Not quite. I love this matchup. As an Axel player, I love this matchup. I think Axel does such a good job against Leo. I don't know if I'm alone in this, but I really, really do enjoy it. I think that Axel does such a good job of stuffing his fireball game, and just when he's back turn, if he moves away at all, he can just hit him from half screen.
Yeah, agreed. I think that generally, Leo, when he does get these knockdowns, does have a huge advantage, but it's a rare situation where Leo is kind of feast or famine. If he doesn't have the knockdown, the struggle is just so difficult. And it's hard to even get your anti-zoner fireball off against Axel.
It's true, and Leo's dash, he doesn't have a run, he has a dash, which means his forward momentum is not as strong as a lot of other characters. And as we say that, Razzo's breaking flash straight through the wall right now.
Yeah, Razzo, very strong aggressive player from Florida, goes for the BRC, nice. Ooh, BRC of his own just to reposition, but there's the command throw.
Yep, the clothesline from hell. Oh, misses the cross up, but BRC's out of there.
Okay, good for the anti-air. Another throw.
He's doing such a good job with those throws.
And he's trying to bait the flash kick as hard as he can. There's the FD, so smart from Razzo.
Just forward drift, stand still. Menacingly.
Bursted the 5P though.
Look at this.
And that, honestly, that whole situation from Flash was just a masterclass on how to spend meter to stay at advantage as Axel.
Really, it was incredible.
Shout out to iMatch Buttons coming through with the sub, by the way, man. Good to see you, homie.
And another throw. His throw game is on point in this matchup.
And he's waiting in all the right places, is just getting him in such tough situations. Razzo's not being able to really do much. Double bomber takes the kill. Flash.
Flash out here with Axel tonight. Wow.
And that's just about as good as it gets there. I mean, as Leo, are you expecting Axel to be bullying you, pushing you into the lockers in the corner? Like,
I'm going to go back and rewatch. He was throwing Leo out of block strings. Like, I haven't seen that happen before. Yeah, so Flash obviously has such great knowledge against this character.
Duel 1.
Let's see how much more passes through, though. Flash, gonna see if he can do it again. Prove it wasn't a fluke. Razzo, I like the dash-up attempts. Is getting a good amount of space back, but hasn't been able to do anything with it. And not really to his fault, more to Flash's, I guess, dominance.
Yeah, and it's difficult for Leo. It's difficult for Leo to get in.
And like that, got the air throw.
You know, he doesn't have something like Soul, which is a full-screen ground Viper. Too deep. There we go, into the bomber, OTG.
There's the air throw from Razzo this time.
And you saw Flash wanted an air throw, but got JD on accident. And awful burst there. This is going to be painful.
Potentially could lose the round off it, but another throw. So confident in that decision.
Throws him after blocking the 5K.
Okay. Knockdown deep, heat from full screen. Probably an execution error.
Either that, or he wanted the invincibility from it to get through Redson.
Potentially, yeah. That was a great call out on the jump, though. Wall very close to breaking here. That should be enough. No, can't spend the meter.
Spends meter to keep himself out of the corner, but gets clothesline. Ooh, meaty, really deep, meaty 6-8. But now both players sitting on huge resources here.
Match meter for both players. BRC into the bombers. The execution always on point for Flash. And that, I think, is one of the standout things about Flash is when he invests into a game, his game knowledge, he is one of the, I do not use the term lightly. He is a scientist when it comes to these games. So his knowledge level is significantly higher than average.
You could see it here. His confirms are next level.
Yes.
He is playing on another layer.
Yeah, agreed.
You know,
Which is difficult because Razzo has been tearing up tournaments all weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, it just goes to show that, you know, maybe Flash feels the same way. I feel like this matchup is really strong for Axie.
I agree, and there's a 2S into an early burst. A little mispositioned there.
Safe jump, run up throw.
K2D went for the cross-up, gets the overhead. So this is a great start for Razzo, looking so much better here.
Doesn't get the wall break, but that's okay. Oh no, whiffs the super. Doesn't whiff the super, but doesn't get a hit with it.
The TK Bomber PRC gets Flash out of all the trouble, just not a care in the world. Another close slash working out.
Yep, that's what you mentioned there, TK Bomber, PRC, that's something you're seeing Axels do a lot now to just get themselves out of sticky situations.
Yeah, keep that momentum for sure.
Yeah, it's worth it to spend the meter defensively as Axels.
Well, every time, whether it's YRC, whether it's PRC after a move.
Look at these blocks, just up and down, up and down.
Here's the high-low into the throw tech. Razzo's pressure is incredible, and it is starting to pay off piece by piece. Even with the incredible defense from Flash, Razzo's still able to sneak in enough damage, and there's a great call-out.
Yeah, round start 5K, just whatever you're going to do, I'm going to press my fastest button.
And I think that's really how you have to play here as Razzo. You have to play this patient, jump-in, FD kind of game while you're at that mid-screen. But the second you get close, it's time to let them know. Just barely in time on the return.
Holding Razzo in the corner here. Supers, doesn't want him to burst, just wants to take it. And there it is.
Ooh, Flash again with the perfect answering back. Razzo, I think Razzo's movement in neutral.
See me in Overture. Shoutouts to Guilty Gear Overture.
So it's going to be Ram versus Mei. Again, Papa Leo on that Mei, one of the most popular players coming through.
You want to talk about old man games? That's Overture.
The Dadpool on the Ram has done great to come this far. Papa Leo is the next test, and this is a volatile footsies matchup, which is I don't think something you don't get to say too often.
No, yeah, you know, the grounded footsies that Guilty Gear is known for. You're gonna see a lot of counter from long poking buttons, of course.
And that's Papa Leo showed off very early. Another one of the big things from Mei is going to be 5K run cancel. It's so strong here. Ram has to commit a little bit on these situations, so being able to dash forward like that is so strong.
Oh, doesn't go all the way with the Rekka.
3K, so smart. When you see those the sword stuck in the wall, 3K a lot of the time can low profile.
Tries to throw the sword without one there. That's so unfortunate.
Shouts to Bowie coming through, by the way. 17 months on the home go. Counter hit slash, though. First out of the last hit. And then blows out the beach ball, was not willing to take that pressure very intelligently.
Looks like he went for the burst bait, even though Papa Leo didn't have burst.
Yeah, in the heat of the moment, it's hard to keep track of all the meters. You know.
Sometimes your brain just goes, I have to do this.
Of course.
Or maybe he just didn't want the wall break. That is also an option.
True. Either way, it's gonna should be able to get the kill here with 50 meter already locked up. Doesn't get the super, but still more than enough. Okay, so Papa Leo.
Both players creating some space at the start.
Yeah, doing a good job. Up Dolphin into jump. It's beneficial to usually block Dolphin as high as you can to be able to interrupt her next air action.
Because Mei has probably the best air weapons in the game.
Jumping heavy slashes just meant like that. But BRC is still able to get the anti
and
air.
his conversion. Nasty.
Dadpool. And there, oh, I'll touch on that on a second. Gets the, finally with the throw. And there's the follow-up. Dadpool threw the sword, waited right before the explosion, took a micro step back and 5P'd. Papa Leo had gone for 3K out of the sword every time. He already has dialed up the Mei's best answer to that situation. That was incredible from Dadpool.
Great awareness there. Not going to let him get away with that anymore.
Dude, that's just so strong.
And when your most powerful option against Ram in the corner gets stuffed, it's horrifying.
Yes.
Once she tells you, no, you're sitting in that corner, you're in timeout now, I'm going to put this pressure on you, it's horrific. So we'll see what Papaleo can do now. We're maybe going to see probably some more options of jumping out after blocking the sword, super jumping, maybe using some of Mei's air moves to change her mobility in the air.
Very true. There are a lot of good options that you can go for to be able to break out of those situations, but again, it's being able to access all of them in those clutch situations. So now, Papaleo down a game here on Dadpool. So far, the player who's taken the first game has taken every set so far tonight. So Dadpool can, if Papaleo can upset the order here.
Break the curse. Beach ball Oki. That big J8.
Up Dolphin is so smart in that situation. And with BRC, you have to burst there. That's the round.
Yeah, those BRC extensions were so powerful.
Okay, dash forward for the Dolphin. Oh, and that's one of those tricky situations. Depending on where the combo happens, that combo sometimes. So Mei throws that in. If it doesn't combo, just buffer the command throw.
Exactly. It's something you have to be completely prepared for, but it's impossible to react to.
Dolphin there.
Doesn't mash out fast enough.
Ooh, looks for the command throw once again. Is really, really leaning into the throw here.
Whips the Rekka and says, I'm just going to throw both these swords down.
Nothing. Ooh, 2S winning on footsies pretty well here.
Oh, I like the option there, but unfortunately, gets burst baited.
And that's another one of those important situations that you always have to remember is when Leo goes for that burst, because it was a red burst, it has a hit. You can visually confirm if they bursted there. If you go for red burst and you're that close, if the combo counter doesn't go up or you don't see or hear the audio of it hitting them, you know the burst is coming. That is a situation. That is a situation where it's a little obvious, but those are the important things you need to know.
Yeah, this game is full of so many tiny little nuances that really change the pace of the matches.
Ooh, round start. Okay, I like the attempt.
But duh.
Counter hit, early burst. Both bursts off the table already in a very volatile matchup.
And I like how Dadpool chose the option to throw the higher sword up there, so it hits a little higher and can catch the jumping. There's the super. Oh!
Oh no, half your life is gone, but it doesn't matter here. PRC into the throw. One more touch will do it. Beach ball Oki, late 2H.
Jumps out of the corner. Not able to hit with the 6P.
At meter now. Oh, and now is not going to get an opportunity to burst. What a follow-up from Dadpool.
That was a scary situation to think about bursting into. Oh no, how many close slashes can you get in one combo?
The forbidden combo. And now the 2-touch.
Uh-oh,
it's gonna be very close.
Yamada-san, here he comes.
Not quite enough to kill. Still needs one more opportunity. Dashes forward. That's a safe jump.
Old trait. There it is, just 5P.
Yeah, when you see that far slash come out from that close, there's 1000% no reason to not just swing there. Great call from Papaleo.
Oh, gets caught trying to backdash. Oh, the burst timing, but drops the combo.
Yeah, the burst is a little too high. Half the life already gone, though, so Dadpool still in a tough situation. What a follow-up.
Wow.
And in the corner there, almost every mix-up situation, Papaleo has been leaning into the throw so much, whether it's off of blocked Dolphins, PRCs, or run-ups just like that, finally cashes in on his investment. 2K to end the round.
You see that 6H fast RC, though? That was kind of disgusting. To pick up with the OTG into Dolphin? Wow.
Yeah, very, very smart call there. So Papaleo, 2-1 now. Dadpool got to make some adjustments of his own here.
Sure, now he's just starting to get run over. Papaleo is putting in way more pressure.
Yes.
Throwing out a lot more just big, huge counter hit buttons and capitalizing and making these confirms. And Dadpool is just kind of drowning in all of it.
Trying to swing from far. Appreciate the spacing so far here from Dadpool. Nice hit. And there's the burst. Both players have repped early that they're willing to burst on just about any touch.
Another run-up overhead kiss.
Ooh, and look for 60 there, actually. Ashe pushes to the corner. Not quite enough to kill.
Was that another burst bait from Dadpool, or did he just want to keep the corner?
It doesn't matter.
Either
Super.
play takes the round.
So now, cool. Round away here. Gotta even this up. Ooh, and there again, another one of those situations that Leo's been leaning into command throw is starting to go for the close slash.
Not quite beach ball OP, but this is a lot of damage.
RC almost enough to kill. Chipp could do it.
Fully charged 6H on that, and then Dolphin at the start.
Another perfect here. Potentially the final round if Leo can clutch it out.
We'll see. Dadpool needs to make some real adjustments here. He is playing at Papa Leo's pace. He's letting Papa Leo control the pace.
Ooh, look for 6B once again. Still couldn't follow up. Oh, wow. And
that was some saucy stuff there.
The conversion was just so nice, but still, goes for the burst. Ooh, is it going to be enough to kill? Not quite, but still a great situation. Has to block the beach ball. Oh, and up Dolphin is enough.
Tries to press, but gets clipped. You know, probably afraid of a situation. Shout out to Mystic.
Yeah, of course. So it's going to be Myloo and K7 now.
Mankind.
Oh, birthday train. Let's go.
That's a perfect.
The young kids don't know about birthday train.
Bar slash and heavy slash gets the counter hit, bursted early. K7 a little mistimed there.
All right, Myloo controlling space extremely well.
Yeah, like you said, this is a difficult matchup here for Leo. Misses the bomber, but no punish.
This is critical, though. This is incredibly critical. But Myloo able to pick it up.
Oh, what a tech. So important there. The clash comes through. And the scariest thing is the clash happens and Myloo pressed again. Not an ounce of fear in his heart.
He just said, I'm doing it.
I really like that a lot. I love the commitment. So goes for the jump back. Risk gauge already pretty high, but bro, Chesto.
Chesto.
With the overhead. K7 breaking the wall here. 50 meter, but now back to neutral.
Patience. Throwing out all these fast fireballs. Uh-oh, here we go. That should be the round.
Absolutely is. Myloo smart to save the burst there. Going to the last game, even resources.
With the Weapon X.
Ooh, little delay is nice, but a perfect punish there. No follow-up.
Yeah, grabs the run through. Accidentally gets Rents in there. I don't think that's what he wanted at all.
Yeah, holding backwards and then going for that step forward can be tough, especially with these charge characters. 2K2D, here's his knockdown. Trades in K7's favor for sure in these situations.
Always getting the wall break. Big, meaty damage. But it's not necessarily a bad situation for Axel. Axel kind of likes to be broken through the wall sometimes. Getting reset back to neutral is in his favor.
But the footsies from K7, the little shimmy, you walk forward, take that micro step back and kind of like shimmy the shoulders and then walk up and get the throw. Very strong stuff there from K7. K7 just in neutral. I think that K7 is playing, getting to Axel just as well as Razzo was, as we saw earlier. It's just K7's rewards have been so much higher. It's all about how you can optimize these touches, and K7 is showing it off right now.
Yeah, even if he's having a slightly difficult time getting in, when he gets in, he capitalizes. Oh, run up throw. When you see Axel just running at you, your brain kind of short circuits a little bit. You're like, that's not supposed to happen.
The Windows reset noise for sure. Okay.
Look at this patience.
Like that. Now finally gets to 6P party time.
The backdash to stay out of the windmill was really slick.
The burst to keep corner. There's the wake up super though. Very smart from Myloo.
Get off me.
Now the the kill though, so K7 still at it. Oh, I was gonna say it has the potential to be at advantage, but couldn't quite get there.
It gets him the frame trap with the air snail. Goes for the low option there. Super jump. Oh, that was almost a scary conversion.
And I love the way that he makes sure he ends that in back turn. A really, really nice FD though from Myloo.
And now that wrist gauge is going to be climbing.
Hit, yeah, so much damage on the way. Blocks the overhead. Another throw.
Gets clipped this time into big old axe kick.
And 1-1 now. 5K round start, but K7 was ready with the block. And that's the second run through we've seen in the second throw.
Yep, grabs the run through again. Gets a full corner combo with Axel.
Over, got the hit.
Air snail PRC, want to stay safe. Oh no, gets clipped by the jump.
Oh no, K7 spaces himself perfectly. Here comes a super. Is it going to OTG?
It will.
Is.
And it's going to be run through. Yep, there it is. But Myloo saw it coming too. Unfortunately gets hit by the overhead into another super.
Oh, the supers back to back. Had to break it twice. K7 taking another one, fighting through this bad matchup, doing so well.
Now you see K7, the way that he doesn't fully commit when he goes in. He'll go in a little bit. He's just inching forward, inching forward. He'll even give a little bit of space to Myloo. He's trying to give him a little bit of space to see what he'll do because, like we've been saying all night, when Axel throws out a button, he's committing.
Yes.
So if Myloo thinks that K7 is backing up to jump in and throws out an anti-air, he's in on him.
Oh, for sure.
Immediately.
Nah, even he was staying 2 character lengths away in back turn. That's you gotta have a
ballsy.
lot of confidence to go for that, yeah. Okay, the 2K2D just to check him. Okay, another good counter hit.
Here we go, fast RC, dribble combos.
Oh,
Side
so
switch.
quick on the step through, blocks the overhead. There's the counter hit to turn himself back again.
That's dead.
Dude, and that second back turn, being able to know, K7 knows he can steal the turn there on the counter hit, the delay, the frame trap was just so strong.
Another run up 6P at round start. Smart burst there from Myloo. Don't want to be in that situation, but put back into it. Again! Takes the corner. And sides combos back to the side switch.
Okay, dashed up, really good FD. There's opportunities here. Nothing to jump over.
But he just can't escape. He's in jail.
Yeah, and it's just too frightening. I mean, K7 played that last situation just about as perfect as you could.